welcome to another video. This one is paper 1-2, May-June 2017 of AdMath. So let's move on to question number 1. So here we have on each of the Venn diagrams below, shade the region which represents the given set. So let's do that. So in the first one, it is A union B, so A or B intersecting with C. So A or B meets with C, it will be only this region right here. That is one. Part 2, we have A intersection B, so this here, or C. C is this big one, so we have to shade this and this. Okay. And for the last one, we have A prime intersecting with B prime intersecting with C. So what we can do, we can take out the prime first. If you take out the prime A, this becomes union B, and prime will be outside intersecting C. So what is this? A union B prime is outside of A and B. Intersecting with C will be this part right here. That is your answer for part 3. That is question number 1. On to question number 2. It is given that y is equal to this equation. Show all your working, find the exact value of dy by dx when x equal to 3. So we have to find dy by dx of this function, of this equation. So we have to use the quotient rule, so which says this one's, which is the bottom, remains here. Then we have to differentiate the second one, d by dx of this one. Then we have to minus the top one, which is this one. And then we have to differentiate the denominator, which is x plus 1. And then all this we have to divide by this square. So as always, let's try to do this one by one. So these ones remain the same, x plus 1. And differentiate this, it will be this multiply, that becomes half 5x plus 2. Half minus 1 becomes minus half. And then differentiate the inside, we have to multiply by 2 times 5 is 10x. So that will be, this is equal to this. Now minus, this remains the same, which is 5x squared plus 4 power half, and then differentiation of this one becomes 1, and this becomes this, and this stays the same, divide by the same fraction, same function. Now we can simplify. You see 2, so 2 into 10, that will be 5. And what else? We can just do that. So let's simplify. 5x remains, so 5x times x plus 1. Then we have x squared plus 4 power of minus half. Same was minus 5x squared plus 4 power half. Now that's same, divided by x plus 1 power 2. So we don't need to go all the way. Now what we can do as well, we can just replace the value of x as 3 to find the values of this dy by dx. So dy by dx when x equal to 3. So let's replace 3 in the equation. So here we will have 5 times 3 will be 15. 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. 5 times, this is 3 squared, which is 9. So 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 4 power of minus half. And x squared is 9. 5 times will be the same, 45 plus 4 power half. And this will be 3 plus 1 is 4 power 2. Now we can simplify. This becomes 60, and this becomes 49, and this becomes 49. So let's simplify. Let's see what we have. So it becomes 60 times 49 power of minus half. This is 49 power of half divided by 16. So what is this? So 49 is equal to 7 square. So 7 square power minus half will become 7 power minus 1. That will become 1 over 7. So 60 times 1 over 7 minus 7 divided by 16. So let's do this one. It becomes, we have 60 over 7 minus 7 divided over 16. So we can first simplify the top. We will have, let's do it over here. So 60 minus 49 for base of 7. So what is 60 minus 49? That will be 11 over 7. So that becomes 11 over 7 divided by 16. And simplify this, you will have 11 over 7 and 7 times 16. What is the value of 7 times 16? So 16 times 7, 42, and that will become 111. So this will be over 112. This will be your value of dy by dx when x equal to 3. That is question number 2. Question number 3, we have vector I and j are unit vectors parallel to x-axis and y-axis respectively. So it means that if we have this, let's say we have this is x and this is y. So 1 here in this direction represents I, and 1 here in this direction represents j. This is what it means. Okay, so now part A, the vector v has magnitude of this. So it means that the length of v is equal to 3/5 units and has the same direction as this. So what is this direction? It is, we have 1 and minus 2. It will be about this. It will be about this direction. That is just the direction. Now it says find v, giving you answer in terms of ai plus bj, where a and b are integers. So we actually have a formula to find v. V is equal to the magnitude of v times the unit vector in this direction. In this direction, let's call this a, in the direction of a. So that is the formula to find the value of v. So now we have to find the unit vector in direction of a. If a equal to this, what is the magnitude of a? It will be square root of 1 plus 1 square plus 2 square, that will be 5. So what is the unit vector? It will be the vector itself, which is I minus 2j divided by square root of 5. So now we just have to replace this in this equation. So v equal to, magnitude is 3 square root of 5 times, this is the unit vector in direction of a, which is I minus 2j divided by square root of 5. So we just have to simplify. This goes away and we have 3i minus 2j. This is the vector v. Now moving on to part B, it says the vector w makes an angle of 30 with the positive y-axis and is such that y equal, the magnitude of w is 2. So how do you find this? So let's just first draw this one. Let's see what do we have. We have our quadrant. This is x and this is y. It says that the vector w makes an angle of 30. So 30 will be about, let's say here. This is 30 and this is vector w. So it has a height and a base. So as we know from the first part, I is in this direction 1 and j is up. So we know that for now. Now it says the magnitude of w, the length of w is equal to 2. Question: find w, giving your answer in terms of this and this, where c and d are integers. So basically we have to find this length, which is, if it is in this direction, it will be in terms of I, and we have to find this length, which is in terms of j. That's what it means basically. So as you can see, this is a right angle triangle. What is this side? If this is 2, so we have to use SOHCAHTOA. So what is this side? This is the opposite side. We know the hypotenuse, so we have to use sine. So sine of 30 equal to this side, let's call it d, because it's the length, divided by 2. So this is equal to half, equal to d by 2, so d is equal to 1. So this length is 1. So, and this is 2. How do you find this one? So let's draw this down. We have, this is a right angle triangle. If this is 1, so this is 2, and this is 1, this will be, let's call this x equal to x squared, 2 squared minus 1 squared, which is 4 minus 1 will be 3. So x equal to square root of 3, which means this length here is square root of 3. So since we have this and this, we know the vector w is equal to square root of 3i, because it is in this direction, plus up will be 1j. As you can see, this will be the value here and the value here, where c and d are integers. That is your question number 3. Moving on to question number 4, it says the first 3 terms of this expansion is equal to this, this, and this. Find the value of each constant n, a, and b. So we have to expand this. So 3x over b, and so we have to use our formula. This becomes, the first term is usually 3 power n, plus we have to n, choose 1, then we have 3 power 1, so n minus 1, and then this becomes the next term. And then the third term becomes n choose 2, and 3 becomes n minus 2, and this one becomes power of 2. So this goes here, this goes here, right? So we have to compare this to these 3 values, which is 81 ax plus bx squared. So 81 is equal to this here. So 3n equal to 81. So 3n equal to, we know that 81 is also 3 power 4, which means the value of n is equal to 4. So that is the first value. Now we have to use this to find the rest. So let's replace 4 in this part, right? So let's see, what do we have? So we have 4, choose 1, times 3 power 3 times minus x over 6. So let's take x out. We will have minus, what is 4 choose 1? So 4 choose 1 is 4. So minus 4 times 3 times 3 times 3 will be 27, times 1 over 6, x will be outside. So let's simplify. We have divide by 3, that will be 2. That will be 9, divide by 2, that will be 2. So minus 2 times 9 will be minus 18x. So compare this with ax. Value of a will be, as you can see, it will be minus 18. That's the value of A. So now for the value of B, same thing, let's replace the values. N is 4, and so 4 choose 2, 3 power 4 minus 2 is 2, and then expand. We have to simplify this, becomes x squared over 36. So let's take this out. We will have, so what is 4 choose 2? Becomes 6. 6 times 9 times 1 over 36 times x squared. This becomes 1, 4, 3, 2. It becomes 3 over 2 x squared. Compared to this, it is bx squared. So b equal to 3 over 2. So value of n is 4, value of a is minus 18, and value of b will be 3 over 2. And that is question number 4. Question number 5. A particle P moves in a straight line such that its displacement, which is x meters, from a fixed point O, t seconds after, is given by this. So this represents the displacement x meters. So part 1, find the velocity of P at time t. So it is v. So how do you get v from x? So v is equal to dx by dt. So we have to differentiate this one to find v. So v equal to dx by dt. So this is 4, and then what is cos becomes minus sine, and 3t. We have to differentiate the inside as well, so times 3, and 4 becomes 0. So that is, so let's simplify. We have 4 times 3, which is 12. That'll be minus 12 sine 3t. So this is your velocity v. That is part 1. Now part 2, it says, hence write down the maximum speed of P. Speed is v. So at maximum speed v, we have dv by dt equal to 0. So we first have to find the value of dv by dt. So we know v is equal to this. So what is dv by dt? So we have to differentiate this equation. That becomes minus 12 sine become cos 3t times 3. This is minus 36 cos 3t. So now we have to say, we have to find the maximum speed of P. We have to equate this to 0. So cos 3t equal to 0. So when is cos 0? So we have to look at the graph, or you can use your calculator as well. But just for knowledge, the graph looks like this, and this 2 points is when it is 0. So you will write 3t is cos inverse of 0. So t will be equal to, here will be the first value. We can use the, to make it easier for you. So let's do that. So cos inverse of 0, 90 degrees. So 90 will be, in terms of pi by 2. That's the first time. And here will be, the other option that we can have as well will be, so will be after 180, so pi by 2, 90 plus 180, that will be 270, which is 3 times pi divided by 2. Yep, 3 pi by 2. So those could be the two options. So we have 3t here. So t must be pi by 6 or pi by 2. So let's write down the maximum speed. We have to replace this value in the value v. So v minus 12 times sine 3t pi by 6. This will become 1, 2, which is minus sine of 90. So sine 90 is 1, becomes minus 12. So the speed is what? So the speed has no direction, so minus, it doesn't matter. So let's say this is the speed. It will be 12 meters per second. That is the speed at time this. it will be the same for both, so that is okay. Now for this one, part 3, find the smallest value of t for which the acceleration p is 0. So what is acceleration? Is equal to dv by dt, which we have here, which is minus 36 cos 3t. So now find the smallest value of t when the acceleration is 0. So we know this already. As you can see, we have solved this. T is equal to pi by 6. Now moving on to so we do have two values, pi by 6 or pi by 2, because as you can see here, there's 2 points where it is 0. So you can just choose this one, and that is okay as well. So part 4, find the value of t. So for the value of t found in part 3, so let's just write it down, t equal to pi by 6, right? Find the distance of p from O. Distance is given by x, which is here. Displacement x is 4 cos 3t minus 4. So x is 4 cos 3t minus 4. So find the value for the value of t equal to pi by 6. We have to replace t in here to find the value of x. So this is equal to 4 cos 3 times pi by 6 minus 4, become 4 cos 1, 2, pi by 2 minus 4. So pi by 2 is cos 90, which is equal to 0. So 4 times 0 is 0 minus 4. That will be minus 4. So find the distance of p from O. It will be 4 meters. So minus 4 means the direction. It means that it goes in the opposite direction. Minus, and positive means it goes in the positive direction. So this is just direction, but the distance is 4 meters. And that is for question number 5. Question number 6, part A. Show that cosec theta over cot theta plus tan theta equal to cos theta. So what do we know? We know that cosec theta is 1 over sine theta. We know that cot theta is equal to cos theta over sine theta, and we know that tan theta is equal to sine theta over cos theta. So we just have to replace this in the main equation. So we begin with left hand side. So cosec will be 1 over sine theta divided by cot will be cos theta over sine theta plus sine theta over cos theta equal to, let's simplify this. So the top remains the same for now, and the bottom we have to find the LCM. It becomes sine theta and cos theta. Then we cross multiply, we have cos square theta plus sine square theta. So for this one, you can see that we know this sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So this becomes 1 over sine times becomes sine theta cos theta over 1, because this is 1, right? So simplify this goes away, so we have cos theta remaining. So this is shown as required. That was part 1. Now moving on to part 2. It says that it is given that the integration of a and 0 of this function is equal to this. Between a, so this is very important, 0 and pi by 4. So what is pi by 4? It will be 45. So basically a 0 and 45 degrees. Or you can write pi by 4 is what value? 0.785. Okay, so we have to use your answer in part 1 to find the value of a, giving your answer in terms of pi. Okay, so value of a, we have to use the answer in part 1. So part 1 we prove that this function equal to this. So it means that this function must be equal to, so this tan 2 theta, it must be equal to cos of 2 theta according to part 1. So this here becomes a0 cos of 2 theta dt equal to this. So let's solve the left hand side first and see what do we have. So here we have sine of 2 theta divided by 2, and the limits are a and 0 becomes this. So let's solve. We have sine of 2a over 2 minus sine of 0, it is 0, equal to 3 over 4 this. So 2 1, this becomes 2. So sine over 2a becomes square root of 3 over 2. So 2a is square root over 2. So we can try to use our calculator. If you know this is the exact value as well, but if you don't know, let's try our calculator. Divided by 2. So sine inverse of the answer will be 60 degrees. So 60 degrees into radian will be pi by 3. This is pi by 3. So value of a will be pi by 6. That is your value for a. But now you know, for when we do sine, cos, and tan, there's always a chance of it having two angles. So this is 60. This is all is positive, so sine can be here as well. So this will be, so this will be 60, 60, this will need to be 120. But 120 in terms of pi will be what? Which is, this is pi by 3. So pi minus, so 1 minus 1 over 3 becomes 2 over 3. So this could be 2 pi over 3. So your answer can also be 2 pi by 3 normally. But given that we have a range for a needs to be less than this, so it cannot be this. So your answer can only be this, pi by 6. And that is your question number 6. Question number 7. It is given that y equal to a times 10 power bx, where a and b are constants. The straight line graph obtained when LGY is plotted against x passes through the points this and this. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Now, question part 1, find the values of a and of b. So what do we know? We have this equation, y equal to a tan power bx. Now we have this graph of LGX, so L log y against x. So we have to convert y into log y. How do we do this? So we have to take log on both sides. So this becomes this, and now we have to simplify. So LGY log y log a. So when we have multiply, it becomes plus log the other function. Now this we can send forward. Let's do that. So LGY becomes bx log 10 plus log a. So log 10 is equal to 1. So this becomes LGY becomes bx plus log a. So now if you look at this, it is in the same form as y equal to mx plus c, where m and b are the same, which they are the gradient. So let's find the value of b. So b equal to m, which is the gradient, and we use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This will give you 1.5 over 0.5. That becomes 3. So value of b is 3. So now the equation becomes So let's replace b back into the equation. It will become lg log y equal to 3x plus log a. So now we have this. We have to find the value of a. So let's take a point from here. We'll choose 0.5 and 2.2. So this is x and this is log y. So why is it log y here? Because we have a graph of log y versus x. That's why. So now let's replace this in the equation. We have 2.2 equal to 3 times 0.5 plus log a. So simplify, log a equals to 2.2 minus 1.5, which is 0.7. So log a is 0.7, so a will be 10 power this. So your answer will be a is equal to 10 this and b is equal to 3. So those are the values of a and b. So it is small b in this part A. Now moving on to part 2. Find the value of y when x equal to this. So we have to use our equation, which is log y equal to 3x plus log a is 0.7. So that is our equation. So we have to find the value of y when x equal to 0.6. So let's replace x in the equation. We have 3 times 0.6 plus 0.7. Log y becomes 1.8 plus 0.7. This is 2.5. So y becomes 10 power of 2.5. Let's simplify this. So we have 2.5, that becomes 316.227. So correct to 3SF, that will be 316. That is the value of y. Now for part 2, we will have to use the same equation again, which is lg log y 3x plus 0.7. Find the value of x when y equal to 600. So replace y in this equation. So 3x plus 0.7. So 3x will be equal to lg minus 0.7, x equal to log of 600 minus 0.7 divided by 3. So x is equal to, so let's use our calculator. We have log 600 minus 0.7 divided by 3. That will be 0.693, correct to 3SF. And this is your answer for part 3. And that is question number 7. Question number 8, part A. It says a 5-digit number is to be formed from 7 numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So these are the 7 numbers, and we have to use these numbers to form a 5-digit number. Now it says each number can only be used once. That is very important to the question. Now find the number of different 5-digit numbers that can be formed if, part 1, if there's no restriction. This is pretty easy. So we have 7 numbers, P5 to find the answer. So 7 P5 will be 25, 20. So one other way to do this, I can do this over here. So the numbers that we have is 1. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. And first one, we have no restrictions. So we have to form a 5-digit number. So let's put a box here. And let's say these are my digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-digit number. So what are my options? So let's say I want to put, so for the first case, I can put any number, right? Because I have no restrictions. So I have how many choice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 choice. So let's say I choose 1. It's here. Now for this case, I have to put, how many choice do I have? 6 choice. So let's say I put 2. So for this one I have 5 choice. Let's say I put 3, and we have 4 choice for this one. Let's say I put 5, and for this one I have 3 choice. Let's say I put 6. So as you can see, it is a combination of this times this times this times this give you your answer. So if you do this, 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 and times 3, that will be 2520. So this is the same as saying 7p 5 numbers. You will get the same answer, but this is a way to understand what's happening. It's 2520. Okay. Now moving on to part 2, it says that condition is the number must be divisible by 5. So what number is divisible by 5? So the number can end by 5 or it can end by 0. So that's the only two options that we have for it to end. So it can be divisible by 5. So again, we have to form a 5-digit number. This is our box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers to choose from. So to put in, so we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So for it to be divisible by 5, I have only one choice. So I can only put 5 here. This will be one choice. So here we 1, multiply, and for the rest you can put any numbers, but you have to choose 4. So we have 6 numbers left. We have to choose 4. This will be my answer. 6 P4, that will be 360. Now moving on to part 3, the number is greater than 60,000. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So same method, draw your case for your 5-digit number and you can find the possible options. So for it to be bigger than 60,000, by what number can it start by? So it can start by 6, 8, or 9. So we have 3 options. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's say if you choose one of them, it can be 6 here. And for the rest, we have to choose any 4 numbers is fine from this list. So first one is 3, and then times. Remaining numbers, we have 6 numbers remaining. P, choosing 4 numbers. So 3 times 6, P, 4, that will be 1080 for part 3. Now for part 4, the number is greater than 60,000 and even. So here we have 2 conditions. So we have to do it by case. So the list is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So as we have seen, if your number must be bigger than 60,000, we have 3 options, 6, 8, or 9. So we'll take these options one by one. So let's say 1, it begins with 6. That is one of the options, right? So that is my case. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So first one, it begins with 6. We have only one option. And for the rest, it needs to be even. If you take 6 here, what's remaining? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. So how can this be even? It needs to end with 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0. So here for it to be even, we have only 2 choices. You can end with 2 or you can end with 8. So 2 choice. Let's say first 2, and from the rest we have to choose 3 numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5 numbers remaining. So 5, P, 3. This will be your case number 1. So 1 times 5, P, 3 times 2. That will be 120. Case number 1. Now case number 2 starts with an 8. So 8 is the same as 6. Basically it's going to happen, the same thing's going to happen. So you will get also 120. Now for the third case, starting with a 9, this one will be a bit different, but it's almost the same method. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you begin with a 9, this will be 9. You have only one choice of 9. And for it to be even, we have 3 choices remaining. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So 9 here is gone. So for it to be even, we have 2, 6, 8. So we have 3 choices left. So let's say we choose 2. And here we have to choose the remaining 3 from 5 numbers. So this will be 5p3 times 3. That will be 180. So now your answer will be adding this with this and this. It will be 120 plus 120 plus 180. The answer will be 420 for part 4. Now moving on to part B, we say Ranjit has 25 friends, of whom 15 are boys and 10 are girls. So we have 25 friends, 15 are boys and 10 are girls. Ranjit wishes to hold a birthday party but can only invite 7 friends. Find the number of different ways these 7 friends can be selected if condition number 1, there's no restriction. Very easy. 25 people, we just have to choose 7. Choose 7, that will be 480. So 480 and 700. That is easy. Now this one, it says only 2 of the 7 friends are boys. It means that we have 15 boys. So from the 15 boys, we choose 2 boys, and from the 10 girls, we choose the 5 girls, because we have to invite 7 people. So 2 plus 5 is 7. So let's simplify this. 12c2 times 10c5. That will be 26 for 60. Now for the part 3, this one is very interesting. It says that the 25 friends include a boy and his sister who cannot be separated. So they are as if they are together, right? So this will be the boy and his sister plus the rest, which is 23 people. So in the first case, let's say we invite them, so they will be invited. That is them plus the rest. So it is only times the rest of the options. So this is 1. Let's say we invite them, that is given aside, and from the rest of the 23 people, we have to choose. We need 7 people in total, so they are 2, remaining 5. So 1 times 23 c5, that will be 33 6 4 9. And then the other option is we do not invite them. If you don't invite them, you just put them aside and we can just ignore them, and we choose from 23 people, we choose 7. That will be 23 choose 7. That will be 2 4 5 1 5 7. 2 4 5 1 5 7. So your answer is the sum of these two plus 3 3 6 4 9. That will be 2 7 8 8 0 6 ways. This is your answer for part 3. And that is question number 8. Moving on to question number 9. Given that A is this matrix and B is this matrix and C equal to this matrix. Part A, state the order of A. Order is always rows by column. So we have 1 2 3 rows, so 3 rows times 2 columns. This is the order of matrix A. Now for C, we have to find C. C equal to A times B. A is 3 minus 1 4 2 1 2 5 times B, which is 1 3 0 minus 2 0. So it is always rows by column. So 3 times 3 is 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 times 3 is 3. Now 3 times minus 3 is minus 6 plus 0. And now second row, minus 1 times 1 will be minus 1 plus 6, 2 plus 0, and 4 will be 4 plus 15, and minus 8 plus 0. Simplify, we have 6 minus 6, we have plus 5, 2, 19 minus 8. So this is your C. Now question part B. The matrix X equal to this. Find X inverse. As we know, X inverse equal to 1 over determinant of X times the adjacent matrix of X. So let's do that. Let's see what we have here. Becomes 1 over determinant will be minus 7 times 5 minus 12 times 4. Now times the adjacent matrix of X, we have to switch their positions. This becomes minus 7 and 5, and we have to switch their signs. This becomes 12 and minus 4. So simplify. Minus 7 times 5 minus 12 times 4 becomes 13. So 1 over 13 times this will be your inverse of X. That is your answer for part B. Now for part 2, using this, you have to use this to find the point of intersecting of the line. So we have to solve this simultaneous equations using X inverse. So first thing first, let's rearrange this in terms of X. See, X is here, Y is here. Let's make Y and X on the same side. So what can we do? Let's bring this on this side. We will have so let's put it this way. Let's make it 12 y minus 5x equal to minus 26, and we have 7y minus 4x equal to minus 52. So we can break this down into this kind. That will be 12, 7 minus 5 minus 4, and this becomes y and x equal to minus 26 and 52. So as you can see here, we have okay, so there's a difference here. This is 5, 4 minus 12 minus 7, and here we have minus 5 minus 4, 12, 7. So let's change the position again, make it become x plus y equal to constant type. So let's change the position. So 5x minus 12y becomes 26. So we have 4x minus 7y equals 52. So in this way we will have the same function, same matrix as x, and we can use X inverse to find the value of x and y. Okay, so here we have the same as this. This is your matrix X. So now you want to find the value of x and y. So x and y become, so this we don't need this one because it is not in the right form, so we have to use this form. So x and y become, we have to send this over here. It becomes 5, 4 minus 12 minus 7 inverse 26 and 52. So this inverse, it is this, which is 1 over 13 times minus 7, 12 minus 4 and 5 times 26 and 52. So rows by column. So minus 7 times 26 plus 12 times 52 becomes this, divided by 13. So first one will become 34, and this one will become minus 4 times 26 plus 5 times 52 divided by 13. That will be 12. So this will be the value of x and y. So x equal to 34 and y equal to 12. So the point will be 34 and 12. And that is your answer for question number 9. Moving on to question number 10. It says the diagram shows a circle, center O, radius 8. So radius is 8. This is also 8. The point A, B, C, and D lie on the circumference of the circle such that AB is parallel to DC in the same direction. So this and this are the same. Now, the length of arc AD is 4. This is 4. The length of the chord AB is 15. So this is given to us as 15. Now, question. Part 1, it says, find in radians the angle AOD. So AOD. So let's join this together. So they're looking for this angle. Let's call it angle theta, right? So how do you find theta? You have to use this length. So we say length of arc is given to us as of arc AD is equal to 4 centimeter. And how do you find the length? Using the formula R times the angle, which is this. R, we know it is 8. Now before, and your answer will be angle theta will be 4 divided by 8, which is 0.5 radians. That is your answer for part 1. Now moving on to part 2. Hence show that angle DOC is equal to 1.43 radians, correct to 2 decimal place. So what is angle DOC? So DOC, so let's draw this line and find out where is angle DOC. So we are trying to find this angle. So this angle here and this are the same. If this is 0.5, this also will be 0.5. So let's find this angle here first. So how do you find this? Pretty easy. We have to find this big one, this whole one, and then minus this and minus this. So let's write this down. So angle DOC equal to angle AOB minus 2 times angle AOD, which is 1. 0.2 times 1 times 2 will be 1. So we just have to find this angle AOB. So how do you find the angle AOB? AOB. So as you can see, we have a triangle. This is O, A, B. This is 8, 8, and 15. So how do you find this angle? You have to use the cosine rule. So let's write this down. So angle, let's name this angle x. So angle x is cosine x equal to 8 square plus 8 square minus 15 square divided by 2 times 8 times 8. So from this, cos x is equal to what? Let's find out. 8 square plus 8 square minus 15 square divided by 2 times 8 times 8. 2 times 8 times 8, that will be minus 0.757. So from this we know that x equal to cosine inverse of that. Oh, so we have to use degrees. So how do you convert degrees to radians? So we know that pi is equal to 180 degrees. So here we have 139.27 degrees. That will equal to pi divided by 180 times this. So let's do that. So pi divided by 180 times 139.27. That will be 2.4307. So of course you don't need to use this. You can just set your calculator to radiant and then you can find this directly. But in this I will just showing you how you can do this if you want to. So x will be 2.4307. So now the angle DOC is x, which is 2.4307 minus 1. This is 1.43, correct to 3SF radians. So this is shown as required. That was part 2. Okay, let's move on to part 3. It says find the perimeter of the shaded region. So let's have a look to see what we have to find. So on this diagram, we have to find this is 4, so this is also 4. We just have to find this length. So if you know this angle, you can find this length very easily. So what can we use to find this length? We can use the cosine rule, because we know this is also the radius. This is 8, this is 8 as well. So let's draw this triangle here. Trying to find this straight line. This is D, C, and this is O. We know this is this 8 angle. It is 1.43 radians, and we have to find this side. So let's use cosine rule. So that will be, for this side, let's say we know cos of 1.43 radians equal to 8 square plus 8 square minus DC square divided by 2 times 8 times 8. So DC square will be equal to what? So let's change our mind to radian. So cos of 1.43 times 2 times 8 times 8. That will be 17.96. And then we take 8 square plus 8 square minus answer. That will be 110. And DC will be square root of the answer. That will be 10.4898. So the perimeter is equal to, as we have seen, it is, this length is 15 plus 4 plus this and plus 4. So 15 plus 4 plus this and plus 4. So this will give you 15 plus 4 plus 10 plus answer plus 4. 33.5, correct to 3SF. This is your perimeter. Now question part 4, find the area of the region. So how would you find this area? So I would first find area of this segment minus area of this segment to find this region. So let's draw something here. So we have this point. How do you find area of segment? Let's call this theta, R and R. So area of segment, this is area of segment, is equal to area of sector, which is half R square pi, minus area of triangle, which is half sine theta R times R. So this is how you find area of segment. So for the first one, we find the area of the big segment, which is this big one. So ADCB. So part 1, area of segment ADCB, the big one. So this will become half R square, which is 8 square theta. The big angle is equal to the big one is equal to, well, we found this on here, x is 2.430. 07 minus half, the triangle will be sine theta, which is 2.4307 times 8 times 8. So let's just replace this in our calculator. Half times 8 square times 2.4307 minus half times sine of 2.4307 times 8 times 8. So just make sure that your calculator is in radian so we can find the answer. This will be 56.9. This will be part 1. Now part 2, let's find the area of segment DC. which is this one. So now we have this big one. Let's find this one, right? So this one will be the same formula, which is half. Radius is still the same, just the angle has changed to 1.43 as in part 2 of this question. Minus half sine of 1.43 times 8 times 8. So half times 64 times 1.23 minus, sorry, answer minus half times sine of 1.23 times 8 times 8. That will be 14.076654. Now, so to find the area of shaded region is equal to this minus this. So let's do this. 56.902065, sorry, 2902065 minus answer, that will be 42.8 centimeter square. So this one is your answer for question number 10. So this is really, it is pretty easy, but you just have to do step by step and not get confused. So step by step, you'll find this as your answer. Moving on to question number 11. The curve y equal to f of x passes through the point, this is the point, such that f prime of x equal to e power 2x minus 1. So what is this? This is dy by dx equal to this. Now question part 1 is to find the equation of the curve. So we have to do this by integration. So if you want to convert this to this, which is y, we have to integrate this. So integrate, we have to minus 1 with dx, that will be e 2x minus 1 divided by 2 plus c. This is y. So now we know the point here. As you can see, this is x, y. So let's replace and find the value of c. So we have y is 7 over 2 equal to e power 2x, which is half, minus 1 over 2 plus c. So this is this. So 1 minus 1 is 0, e power 0 is 1. So we have, this becomes 7 over 2 is equal to 1 over 2 plus c. This becomes c equal to 7 over 2 minus 1 over 2. So c is 6 over 2, which is 3. So the equation of the curve is y equal to e 2x minus 1 half plus 3. That is your equation of the curve. Now to part 2, find the value of x for which f double prime equal to 4. So what does this mean? Double prime is dx of the first prime. So let's do that. So let's differentiate this function and see what we have. So we get 2 times e 2x minus 1, which is equal to this. Now we say that this equal to 4. We have to find the value of x in terms of a plus b, this. So let's find x. So e2x minus 1 equal to, you send this over here, will be 2. Take ln on both sides, ln 2. So here will become in front of ln e equal to ln 2. ln e becomes 1. So this becomes 2x minus 1 equal to ln 2. Now we send this over here, we have 2x equal to ln2 plus 1. Now x equal to, divide by 2, we have half ln2 plus half. Now if you want to rearrange this, becomes half plus ln2 power half. This is half plus ln square root of 2, which is in the form of a plus b ln square root of 2. So here b is 1, so a plus b ln square root of 2. So this is your answer for this part. So this was the last question of this paper. If you guys have any questions or requests, please leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon.